represented by two of their young talents in Indianapolis, Indiana at the All-Star game this weekend. And the Rising Stars Challenge will be Scoot Henderson, also named as Shaden Sharp, but because of the surgery, obviously will not be playing, but will be attending. With more on the Rising Stars and the Blazers' participation, Tom Haberstroh joins us tonight.
Yeah, so we're talking about the Rising Stars Challenge. The Haber stat tonight is 33.3%. That is the percentage of rising stars in Portland Trailblazers history that went on to become an all-star further on down the road. So the 3 players out of the 9 that were named to the Rising Stars Challenge in Portland franchise history, we got Damian Lillard, 2-time Rising Stars champion or a participant, became an all-star, of course, LaMarcus Aldridge and Brandon Roy. So 33% of Rising Stars Challenge members move on to become an all-star. So those are good odds for Scoot Henderson and Shaden Sharp to eventually become all-stars. Considering this fact, only 6% of NBA players ever get named to the all-star. Back to you guys.
6% ever get named as an all-star. Thank you, Tom. Here's Edwards. He's going for the second time in his young career. Crossing over into the lane, leaning back, on balance with the right hand, pumps it in. Did you see the tape of him shooting threes and shoot around this morning with the left hand?
Yeah.
With great accuracy.
Yeah.
Goodness.
He's the real deal. Headed to the great state of Indiana that produced our very own Kevin Collappo.
Well, thank you, Lamar.
Yes.
And Oscar Robertson. And Larry Bird.
All right.
Between the legs, into the lane. A leaning lefty is off the mark. Yes, and John Wooden for Martinsville, Indiana.
The pacer in franchise history with the most all-star bids. Jermaine O'Neal. Jermaine O'Neal, the former young Blazer that went to Indiana and flourished. Doing great stuff in the Dallas-Fort Worth area now with, I believe, Drive Nation. I believe is the name of this facility. Does some stuff with I want to say a prep school as well, coaching there. His daughter won the national championship, University of Texas, volleyball. He's got a lot going on. But Reggie Miller, maybe the most decorated. You know, the way he's talked about celebrating, and understandably so. Jermaine with the most all-star nods.
Coming into the league at the age of 19. Outside is Edwards. Off it comes to Naz Reid. Galloping hard dribble drive. Won't go, but finds his own miss. Lead it up and in. Minnesota, seriously. 16-22, 73% early. Leading the Blazers 41-13. Bible into the lane. Running right-hander over Kyle Anderson. Won't go. And Edwards is back for more. Delano Banton at 6'9", getting some opportunity to play here tonight for the Blazers. 26 minutes 2 nights ago against the Timberwolves. Reed to a diving Anderson. Can't handle it, but it comes right to Cat. Short arms an 8-footer. Walker ahead to Banton. The 1-2 to the cup. He's fouled on the reach by Alexander Walker.
Delano did this 2 games, or last game, 2 nights ago, and he didn't get there, where when he gets by, he keeps that ball high and holds it out in front. He does not give the defense a chance to get the swipe down. Once it's out and up, it stays there. Because he knows guards especially, they wait for you to dip that ball back. It's a natural motion when you go into your layup. From the time you're a kid, you rock the ball back, and eventually you start to learn to keep it high, keep it in front, especially if you have his height. He's really good at that.
Banton listed at 6'9", now in his 3rd year out of Nebraska. Originally a 2nd-round draft pick by the Toronto Raptors, where he began his career. He tees up on Kyle Anderson. Edwards, rocker steps, backs it off, swings it cross court. Alexander Walker catch, shoot 3, no. Flicked into the air, controlled by the Blazers. Banton will slow it up.
First, and that's why you're doing it now.
Scoot Henderson getting the start tonight. Just the 9th time he has started with Anthony Simons. Works off the high screen, penetrates, draws deep, kicks 2, and takes for 3.
Scoot is serving him up, though. He's making the right passes.
9 assists, 2 turnovers. on Tuesday night against this club. Edwards into the lane, makes contact, scores off the contact, and heads to the line with already 12 in this game on 5 of 8 shooting from the field.
It feels like he's the main one that won't let them settle. We're not in their locker room. We don't hear their talks during shoot around, but it feels like he's the one that comes in here with a certain attitude, and they all know what time it is. And he's approached this game with that attitude. Did he just bank it off the glass? See, you know what?
I think he intentionally banked it off the glass. Up the floor.
Go ahead and get on the plane and go to Indy now.
44-14 count. Led by Edwards, 13 points. The Minnesota Timberwolves come out here and shoot north of 70% against the Blazers. We head to the second in a moment.
This to me to be the hottest topic. Same place you sing it, shopping. Major distribution labels call me. Bad Bunny numbers, it's a robbery. 500 million just for Aubrey. Yeah, major distribution, high popping. Mention me to be the hottest topic. Same place you sing it, shopping.
For doing really incredibly stupid things. When you're drunk, when you're watching your friends get beat up by the police, sometimes you take matters into your own hands. So I got to spend the night in the county jail, getting thrown into the paddy wagon.
Labels call me. Bad Bunny numbers,
There's
it's
no
a
place to sit
robbery.
in the paddy wagon.
Fans,
What they
make
do
some
is
noise
they
for the Rip City
purposely hit
Crew.
brakes every 50 yards.
Find
or
out
what
more about
have
the
you,
Rip City
and
Crew
everybody
or
ends up
any of our
piled on
entertainment
the
teams.
floor. All of the
Have them
gentlemen that
perform at
were
your
on the
event. Visit
paddy
the Rip
wagon
City
with
page,
me
trailblazers.com.
would fall on top of this one guy who had the bottle of wine and
Blazer fans,
just
the new
peons.
sparkle in Rip City
So
these
it
days,
turned into
Polar
this
Seltzer,
scene where
is now
everybody
available at
fell
all
on top of
Blaze
this
Through
guy and they
locations
all
here
had
at Moda
their
Center.
hands down as
Refreshingly
peons.
natural and family made since 1882, Polar Seltzer, crafted with just 3 ingredients, water, bubbles, and great taste. And tonight, Polar is bringing the sparkle of fans in the stands, giving away free swag in the 300 level. Congratulations, everybody in rows F and G of section 323. You're our lucky rows. You got a free Trailblazers shirt coming your way, courtesy of Polar Seltzer.
Minnesota up 30 at the end of 1. Take a look at our Pacific Office automation stats tonight. Minnesota sky high, red hot, shooting 68% from the field. The Blazers unable to find range from 3. They are just 1 of 9. Grant along with 8. Kamara, who got a piece of the ball and deflects it out of bounds. Henderson and Simons coming out to answer the bell here for the second quarter for the Blazers. Monty Morris is in for the Timberwolves. This is his second game as a T-Wolf, along with Kyle Anderson. He'll play the guards. Towns, Alexander Walker, and Naz Reid into the lane. Roundhouse hook from Towns is off the mark. Tapped out by Kyle Anderson, recovered by Alexander Walker into the lane. High bank won't go over 8. New reach sky high to protect the rim and grab the rebound. Simons trailing for 3. Got it. Anthony Simons lines one up and delivers his first field goal made of the night.
Terrific from Tumani. He dropped that ball off, got the assist and the screen. That was all intentional by design. And I thought that defensive possession to get the stop and create the run out, Tumani, he went on that double team so fast when the ball was in air, when he knocked the ball out of bounds with Towns. It was just a great read, and here's a nice cut. Add to the total. Assisting and scoring for Tumani.
Good look there for Payton. Out of a double team on a jump pass.
EA's been passing the ball well. Going on for a while now.
Blazers get lined up defensively as Grant switches back on Karl Anthony Towns. Simons watches Morris. Breakaway look for Alexander Walker is off the mark, and Simons with the rebound, who just collected his 700th made three on that three a moment ago. It's 4 consecutive seasons of 100 threes made or better. Grant into the lane, tripped up, knocked down, and a foul.
Here it is. Tumani made this simple. We'll freeze it really quick. Well, we'll let it go because we're already past the point, but you get the drift.
I get it.
He dropped that ball off for Anthony, knowing that he was running into the play. Slow down and make sure no defense can get to him. And that was important to get Ant that kind of look, because coming into this game, in the 2 games versus the Timberwolves, Anthony is 6 of 29 from the field. He doesn't get very many easy looks. The Timberwolves are all over him. When we were in Minnesota back in January, Ant had his most shot attempts without making a field goal he had in his career. So it's been rough sledding so far. And Tumani knows whenever we can get him an easy look, let's get it to him.
Morris knocks it down. Good acquisition just a week or so ago before the deadline. Monty Morris coming over from Detroit in exchange for Shake Milton, Tony Brown, and a second. Off the screen, Henderson stops at 15 feet, sees Karl Anthony Towns. Now Alexander Walker tees him up. He spins away from both those guys. Little flip won't go, and Minnesota's in business with Naz Reid. Inside out, dribble drive, high bank on the run. Rebound to Simons, checking left and right. Shuffles his feet, knifes in, kicks it to Grant for 3. Cashing in is JG. His first 3 hit of the night. He's got 9 points.
Extremely unselfish of Anthony. Looked like he had a layup if he wanted it.
Sure did.
But the same way Tumani hooked him up with a shot, he wanted to get Jeremy a look.
Towns. High bank on the run. Grant has Morris inside. Steps through and is hit by Anderson. Morris was there as well.
After the shot attempt, Naz Reid and Towns both behind the plate. So a 5-on-3 for the Blazers, and gets by Alexander Walker, and he had the lane if he wanted it, but he also saw, well, Jeremy's defender is helping too. And he's off with JG enough where I can get it out to him. I know he'll get that shot off.
Jeremy Grant knows all about the rebuilds. He was part of a Philadelphia team that won just 15 games his rookie year, coming out as a second-round pick from Syracuse. Fans, do you have what it takes to make the Toyota half-court shot? There are only a few more opportunities for one lucky fan to shoot a brand-new Toyota courtesy of your local Lamar Hurd Toyota dealership. No, the Portland Toyota dealership. Enter for your chance to take a future shot at www.trailblazers.com/Toyota half-court shot.
You're giving me 2 brands.
Lamar
Yeah, Ford, and then got
Ford,
Toyota now.
Ford dealership in the open, and now it's a Toyota. Spinning into the lane. Karl Anthony Towns hangs on the brace and falls off into the hands of 8. Quick dispatch, and Grant with it on the fly, but cut off by Anderson. This Minnesota team comes at you and waves. Alexander Walker has been a real factor for them. 6'5" guy that can really get after it on the defensive end, shooting 38% from 3. Here's a toss from Grant, rimming off into the hands of Monty Morris. Reid can shoot 3 up and in. He can do that all night long if you give him a little glimmer. 41% on the year.
Yeah, 27 games now in a row where he's made at least 1 3-point shot. That's the most in league history for a reserve to do it that many games in a row. And right there, he was aided by Kyle Anderson's smartness. Anderson set the screen, gave Reid an extra second upon the catch, and then here's Towns attacking. He'll get 2 at the line. They got size across the board that is versatile. Guys can play inside out. They can all dribble the ball. So you got to guard everything. It's not just play sets and calls. Whereas the defense, you can scheme to beat them to a certain spot. You don't know where they're going each time.
Yeah, this is an interesting unit they have here with Morris and Alexander Walker, then sliding Anderson down for all intents and purposes to the small forward role. where he can do all kinds of great stuff. Distribute the ball on the offensive end and so forth. And Morris, according to Chris Finch, plays Conley-esque basketball, referring to Mike Conley, who has, of course, such a great assist-to-turnover ratio. Conley 6.5 assists to just a hair over 1 turnover a game. So you know things are under control when Conley leaves the game. And Morris steps in. Towns makes it a 53-26 count with 4 minutes gone by here in the second. It's Scoot Henderson. And Jeremy Grant. Grant working on Anderson. Nice strides, gets by him, scoops and scores. Would have been a goaltending had it not have made the center. Towns got a piece of it.
Nice take from JD. It's those kind of buckets the Blazers might have to get more of. They don't want to be an ISO a lot. They have been a team that ISOs quite a bit at times in games where they can get stagnant. But pick and roll is their primary mode of operation as Towns beats the Blazers off the bounce. Yeah, when the Blazers go one-on-one, now that extra defender is not easily able to come in and help. So there goes Tumani. No screen involved. Make a play. Get by your man. Blazers are third in the league in terms of the amount of pick and roll with the ball handler, where the ball handler takes a shot. Those types of possessions, they run at 19.5% of their possessions. So I think that plays into the hands a little bit of Minnesota, because their screen roll defense is so tight. They can switch, they can provide length, they can rotate, and they always have Gobert behind the action to save any situation that requires it.
Yeah, he can clean up just about any mess out there. 6-time all defense. 3-time defensive player of the year, and odds on to win it again this year. Conley in the front court. Back in the lineup, now working with Morris. Mike Conley to the baseline, swings it out on top to Naz Reid, frees his defense with a looking three, hands off to Conley, 6 to shoot off on the wing. Morris lines up a triple that comes off the back iron, and Toumani Camara up the floor. What a tremendous rookie year Camara has had, given an opportunity to play for the Blazers, stumbling into the lane, but getting himself on balance and laying it in is Henderson. That's a real testament to his strength. Reid whirls in, quick toss over Grant, good D, and he one-hands the rebound, but a whistle.
Wow, Naz Reid.
Timeout on the deck, and the foul called on Reid, looking for some reciprocity. In this league,
To play. Well, to help you out, our most recent episode of Would You Rather, we sat down with Jeremy Grant and asked him, if you could only play one more game, would you rather? Let's see what he said.
Would you rather play the game of life or Clue?
I would rather play the game of life.
The game of life or Candyland?
Ooh, Candyland.
Candyland or Sorry?
Candyland.
Candyland or Settlers of Catan?
I don't know that one. Candyland.
Candyland or Scrabble?
Scrabble.
Scrabble or Hungry Hungry Hippos?
Ooh, Hungry Hungry Hippos.
Hungry Hungry Hippos or Connect 4?
Hungry Hungry Hippos.
Hungry Hungry Hippos or Chess?
Chess.
Chess or Trivial Pursuit?
Chess.
Chess or Uno?
Chess.
Chess or Battleship?
Chess.
Chess or Cards Against Humanity?
Chess.
Chess or Monopoly?
Ooh, Monopoly.
Monopoly or Pictionary?
Monopoly.
Monopoly or Jenga?
Monopoly.
Monopoly or Checkers?
Monopoly.
Monopoly or Twister?
The sound of El Barrio. Monopoly. Monopoly is a good game.
Oh, there you go. Jeremy says go with Monopoly. Just a suggestion on how to fill your time during the All-Star break. Fans, Rip City Remix are on break as well. They return to North Portland a little over a week away with their next home game. Tuesday, February 27th, they take on the Raptors 905 at Chiles Center, University of Portland campus. Remix games offer a family-friendly environment, including a kids zone and beer garden. Raptors 905, Tuesday, February 27th. Tickets at Rip City Remix.com.
All-Star Weekend is coming up, and even with the best players in the world competing, the true star might be the court they are playing on. All events will take place at Lucas Oil Stadium on a state-of-the-art full video LED court. During each event, visual effects displayed on the court will include the following: designing color changes, live replays, and other video content, real-time game stats, location-based player tracking animations, interactive games for fans during timeouts, and immersive animations following key plays and moments. And that floor you just saw right there will be the one that Scoot will play on for the Rising Stars game in Indianapolis. Guys, what did you think of that court? Pretty crazy.
Love the court, and of course the hospitality of Indianapolis, Indiana. Brooke, you know all about that. Having worked in Indy for a number of years, it's just going to be off the chart. Heard a great story a couple of days ago. My brother was telling me about the idea they had of that Hoosier hospitality they had. Here's Simons knocking down a triple, just building onto the 100 three-pointer made of the year. But back there in Indianapolis, they recruited kids from all over the state of Indiana to write handwritten letters telling why it is they love basketball, what it meant to them. Walker brings down the away and scores on the champion. And then when folks come to town, those folks that are participating in the All-Star Weekend, All-Stars, fans, anybody associated with the game are going to be getting those handwritten letters. One per attendee there. That's great. As a sort of an introduction to Indiana and what the game of basketball means to the individual.
Yeah. That's good stuff. Help people fall in love with the game and remain. Barry was all over this. Easy two the other way. Yeah, I was going to say, that three-point shot, Anthony made it in the corner that you said is his 105th of the season. That was so hard to get to that shot. Minnesota did pretty much everything right on defense. Even to the point of the screen roll and the way they helped. Like right there, that's the pass that got the assist. They were just kind of falling away. But early on, they got to DA, and McDaniels was sitting right there in the help position. He met DA where he wasn't going to have the ability to eat into that jump shot because Minnesota knows DeAndre is one of the best shooters in that area in the league, regardless of position. They took away a drive. I mean, they were smothered. Even that's a tough shot, but Scoot can handle it.
Wow. I was impressed on both sides of the ball that time.
Yes.
Conley shut him off, and then Scoot made that adjustment, a counter with a step back. Edwards into the lane. Soft delivery, this time short. Scooting in, up the floor. Running Morris backwards into the corner to Simons. On the pass, he barely flattens Conley. He's already picked up a tech, so he is biting his lower lip. Got to give a little room to move, does it?
That is rare to see. An offensive foul called on that type of pass, where the off-arm is not even being used to discard the defender.
Denies Conley. Beautiful block. It comes down with it. On to Scoot. Fighting off Conley up the floor. Over to Walker. Went into the air. Lost the handle. 8 keeps it alive. But Walker in traffic. Gobbles it up and lays it in. And Minnesota calls time.
The initial shot attempt from DeBar that he lost almost turned into a lob for DeAndre. Fingertips on that one. There goes DeAndre crashing in to get it back to the dude who started his play with the drive, Jabari.
$1,595 pension client. So purchase your raffle ticket throughout halftime at the 50/50 kiosks and the 100 and 300 level concourses. Or even easier, look for those mobile sellers on Yellow Aprons who know tonight could be a lucky night. Here's in tonight's Honey Bucket Lucky Rose. Here between restrooms, great service, competitive prices make Honey Bucket part of your team. Tonight, Honey Bucket has some prizes to give away to a couple of Lucky Rose. That's you and everybody in your area. A bucket hat, courtesy of Honey Bucket. 100 level, section 105, rows C and D. Congratulations, you got a bucket hat, courtesy of Honey Bucket. Oregon's best team, portable sanitation. Celebrate your birthdays, anniversaries, or other special occasions here at the Trailblazers game. Help out the Trailblazers Foundation to celebrate your next occasion right here at the Trailblazers game. Call the front office or visit trailblazers.com. Now, here are tonight's messages.
Blazers have battled from 30 back to get within 17 on a 26-13 second quarter of play, which they have dominated Minnesota. Wearing the microphone tonight is our Jeremy Grant.
Come on, fellas. Step on, step on, step on, step on. Hey, get down, get down. Get down, 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 down. Watch your back, King. That's us. Good hand. Good hands, boy. Oh! Hey, brother.
Amazing how resilient Grant is. He took a pretty good shoulder here from Towns and hit the deck. Got that wiry
Gobert gets fouled on his drive to the bucket. That was a good job from Gobert putting the ball on the floor. He doesn't do a ton of that.
Ayton came over there to smash it. DeAndre playing with 3 fouls. 4:09 left second quarter. Gobert 64% at the line, 4th in field goal percentage at 64%. Second in rebounding, block shots. Very good year. This is 53rd game of the year. 18-1 lead for Minnesota. 4 minutes left, second quarter. Simons off the high screen into the lane. Lobs it to 8. Pinpoint pass above the rim for the lane.
That's that connection Coach Billups was talking about, that the guards are finding with their big man, trusting him, knowing when they can toss it up to him. That defender's in the middle. If he's stuck, put it up there for DA.
Batten defense, Conley short. It rolls outside, controlled by Minnesota. Towns a standstill triple, rattled it in.
Well, Karl Anthony Towns has decreased his percentage of shot attempts from the three-point line this season by about 5%. And has increased his attempts from the two-point line by about 5%. He's effective in both areas of the floor.
Minnesota effective outside that arc. Here's the Blazers finally controlling the ball after a couple of deflections. And getting forearmed is Walker. He will step to the line. Minnesota over the limit. Kind of like the way the Blazers have bounced back here. They were down 30 at the end of 144-14. And have really battled here to get back into this thing. With 3:12 remaining in the second. Second round pick in his second year out of Colorado, Jabari Walker. Friends, watch your favorite teams live on Root Sports and Root Sports Plus using the app. Download the app, log in with your TV provider account info. You're all set. Only available to customers whose TV subscription includes Root Sports. Ayton comes off the floor with the 3 fouls, as we mentioned. One of the good stories, Lamar, of the quote-unquote first half of the season for the Blazers is obviously of late the integration of Ayton into the offense over the last 9 games. He's been on fire, but the abundance of youthful wings on this team. We have been begging over the last few years for young wings, right?
Yeah, I mean, and some of it was evident first week of the season with Tukmani as a rookie wing, the play that he was able to provide. Look at his defense on the Blazers. Everything but the rebound, but the hands up leads to the steal.
Banton gets a piece. He comes up the floor with the ball. He is double teamed and picking his pocket from behind as Edwards into the lane.
Anthony Edwards so good at decelerating at the bucket. He did it there, transition. He does it in half-court sets.
Averaging 26, 5, and 5, and a steal as Edwards. Wreath a 3 out of the corner, around and out. Towns the board, and here comes Edwards the other way.
Yeah, Edwards on pace to be the first Timberwolves in franchise history to finish with averages of at least 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists.
Interesting bit of footwork from Edwards. Simons comes the other way. He just can't get a call tonight. Gets crowded at the rim. He's 2 of 9. Conley will bring it outside. In low, Gobert. Post up position, double. McDaniels run off the arc. Nobody home for the sledgehammer. (36-18). 8-point advantage for Minnesota. Simons outside, off the screen. Drilled that 3, baby. That was neat. 3 of 6 from 3. He's got 9 points.
Ant versus Ant. And Edwards knew the mistake he made as soon as he made it.
Towns shooting nearly 44% from 3. It's off the mark. Daniels can't get to it. Blazers take over. 1:12 left here in the half.
And Edwards slid underneath the screen, and as soon as he did it, he knew that was the mistake. With Anthony Simons, they don't want to give him any of those looks. It's been a team-wide commitment for Minnesota in the 3 matchups.
And little inside-out number gets Gobert on his hip. Dribble, drive right to the rim to lay it up and in. You talk about balance and control and poise. Simons has the whole package. He's in just under 24 games.
He used that shoulder straight to meet Gobert first. Well, he was able to establish contact, so now Gobert can elevate with just a free jump to go up and get it.
2 for 1. Edwards spreads the floor here on the sideline. Out on top to Towns. Off it comes to McDaniels. Races in. Man, he walked. Nearly 18,000 officials thought so. Simons off the bounce. Right belt level to Benton for the lay-in, but what a pass from Simons out of backcourt.
Pinpoint pass that also gives the Blazers a potential for the 2 for 1 to end the half.
5 assists on the night. Big collision inside. Minnesota's up for the ball, and Edwards has it blocked, knocked down, and a foul. Blazers on a 7-0 run to pull back into this baby after trailing by 30 at the end of 1.
Delano did the right thing here. He started to get wide in his lane, realized the middle was open, and then veered back to make the play simpler on him. And that's the play where Ant gets Gobert's body first. That grounds the shot blocker when you can hit them first, gather, and then go up. Nikhil Alexander-Walker in now in place of Karl Anthony Towns. Gives Minnesota another switchable guard wing on the perimeter as they know the Blazers want Anthony Simons to close his half.
Simons to Reed, fakes, fires. The 3 is short, but a good look.
Yeah, he made the right play.
So down 30 at the end of 1. The Blazers trail by 15 here at half, 66 to 51. Blazers led tonight by the 13 of Grant and the 11 of Simons. And Minnesota getting 16 from Edwards, 14 from Towns, and 11 from McDaniels. Breaking it down at half. Brooke holds it down. And Michael, they're just around the bend from Portland.
You are in Power Play. It's the Cocks versus the Boars. Your team got doped.
Experience the love of sport and competition. Fans sit back and enjoy this exciting game featuring athletes from the Rolling Blazers. Learn more about Bridge City Inclusive Sports. Visit them online at bridgecityinclusive.com.
Your team are raging. The Boars got doped. You are in the zone. Your team unleashed the beast. Don't.
2 minutes, players, 2 minutes in the game.
Your team are raging. Unleashed the beast. Your team got doped.
One minute in the game. 6-2 Gray.
Your team got doped.
Thirty seconds.
The boars are raging.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is. Score 8-2 Gray.
Your team unleashed the
like
beast.
A football game out there tonight. How about a round of applause for the Rolling Blazers from Bridge City Inclusive Sports? Learn more about Bridge City Inclusive Sports. Visit them online at bridgecityinclusive.com.
13 games of hoops on a Wednesday night. Let's play on
You
the one
are in the zone.
NBA.com at number 10. The Raptors get a turnover. We're going the other way. Pronto with Toronto to watch Bruce get loose. Brown throwing down. He's in at number 10. Moving along to number 9. You'd have a better time throwing the basketball through the propellers of a moving helicopter than going up over Victor this way. But Kyrie
unleashed the beast.
He gets that one in at number 9. At 8. Aaron, too strong, down low. That's a weight room jam from Eric Gordon. He's in at number 8. Up to number 7, and we're in Cleveland, and Donovan's got him believing as he crosses over and stuffs that one home. And Kobe White don't want no part of that flight as Donovan gets up with stuff at number 7. On to number 6. Philly moving around the ball pretty well, and eventually Paul Reed over to KJ, who rises up to make the number 6.
And the Cox are victorious.
Dropping into the rim to throw that
now
one
back
down
to your
at
tragic
number
life.
6 for the 76ers. At number 5, O'Shea, can you see? Brissett, you bet. With a little alternative energy jam, take the pill and go windmill. He's in at number 5. We're up to number 4, where we always get up off the floor, but we didn't expect it to be this guy. Chris Dunn can still fly. Chris Dunn reach to the sky and get that one down. A little and one funk for Chris Dunn at number 4. At number 3, all aboard the Jalen Johnson Express. If you aren't on the train, get a ticket now, because, wow, this kid is going places. Jalen impaling the
this
defense.
is power play.
At number 3.
It's
We're
the
up to
Cox
number 2
versus
and
the
Lamar
Boars.
Stevenson. Right into the heart and ripping apart those Houston Rockets. Alperen Şengün, get out of the way, because Lamar goes way too far with this one. He's in at number 2, but at number 1, Jayshawn Tate, you're way too late. He's watching Zion Williams levitate, and that's not even an and 1. Give him an and 2 on that one, because Jayshawn Tate was late coming through. Zaire crushes that one home at the throne to land at number 1 on the NBA.com. Got it.
Minnesota Timberwolves are off to their best start in franchise history, and helping them get there has been the play of Anthony Edwards, has taken a huge leap this season. He's one of the best players in sport.
That boy from Georgia, he's a grown-ass man. He is a star, and he is ascending.
Oh, my! Edwards. Anthony Edwards is slowly creeping up. Some people MVP ladder. Edwards crossover. Oh!
There's a lot of people in the league who say he's a dog. He's a real dog.
He's a dog, man.
He is a dog.
An absolute dog defensive.
Like, he's going for it, coach. There's nothing fake about him.
Edwards driving. Oh, get out the way.
This guy continues to push the envelope on what he can become in this league. He has been dynamic.
Edwards comes away with it. Look at the speed. He is a blur.
What he's also starting to do physically is intimidate, because when he gets to that launching pad,
your team unleashed the beast.
Detonation.
The most dangerous type of player is a great player that doesn't get the props he deserves. Anthony Ant-Man, he wants that spot.
All-Star game revs up in Indy.
This is going to be a blast. The best players in the world.
The world's best ballers show out in Circle City. It's All-Star Weekend's grand finale.
The lights are on. The stars are here.
As the game returns to East versus West. In a clash for conference bragging rights.
It's an honor to be selected for the All-Star game.
NBA All-Star 2024.
The boars got doped. Your team unleashed the beast.
Trailblazers basketball is being brought to you by Moda Health, experience better health insurance, and by Alaskan Airlines. Earn and redeem mileage plan miles to over 1,000 destinations worldwide with our global partners and the One World Alliance.
Blazers trailing the Minnesota Timberwolves at half, 66-51. Time now for your Metro by T-Mobile halftime.
You are in the zone.
Minnesota, an awfully good three-point shooting team. The Timberwolves shooting 6 of 15, 40% for the night. 50% overall from the field with a paint advantage 36-22. All-Star festivities this weekend, and the Blazers will be represented by two young stars, Scoot Henderson and Shaedon Sharpe. And they talked to one of our intrepid reporters before the game about the experience in Indianapolis they expect to have.
To be named a rising star, just because, as a young kid, always dreamed of, playing in the Rising Stars and just having the experience.
I think the Rising Stars game would be awesome. Another accomplishment. I played 2 years in a row with G League Ignite, and just going there and showcase our talent as G League Ignite players. It definitely would feel a little bit different to go as an NBA rookie.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what Scoot, is going to be able to do in the Rising Stars, just because, he's a player everybody wants to go see, and dunk, shoot the three, range, score all three levels. So I think it'll be interesting to see, what he pulls out the toolbox or the bag.
The boars got doped.
We'll be looking for him on Saturday night. Here is that letter we were telling you about. Letters written by kids from all over the state of Indiana that passed out to all the participants, fans, and so forth that are coming into town, into Indy, to witness the All-Star game. And the kids were just asked to share their joy of the game of basketball and what it meant to them.
Really cool stuff.
Yeah. We begin play here with the Blazers. Scoot Henderson's working mid-post defense on Karl Anthony Towns.
The Bulls are raging.
I got a piece of it.
Yeah, Tumani met him.
You are in the zone.
To avoid contact. Little things like that he does like a veteran already. It's nothing like a first or even a second-year player.
Good instincts.
Great.
Outside it comes to Simons on the 8. The following jumper on the baseline is off, and the rebound recovered by McDaniels. Blazers outscored Minnesota 37-22 in the second.
Your team unleashed the beast.
Partially recapture some of that 30-point lead that Minnesota had in the first period when they were up 44-14. Grant outside triggers a 3. Rebound Kamara reloads and scores and is fouled. Good example there, Lamar, just how strong the young man is.
When he makes his cuts, his runs to the basket for an offensive rebound, it usually makes sense. Like if you go back and look at it, you find yourself saying a lot of times,
the Bulls are raging.
Why he went that direction, or why he made contact at that point and released at that point. Like all of those little things go into the end result that we see, which has helped the Blazers be a top 5 offensive rebounding percentage team.
The Bulls got doped.
It was a point of emphasis coming into the season, and they've stayed with it. It's helpful they have a rookie at that wing position that does it the way he does.
Every session in Santa Barbara began with talking about crashing the offensive glass. Coming with numbers. Whirling in is McDaniels.
He has more than made up for that 0-point outing he had 2 nights ago, and it's not like they need him to score all the time. But it is very helpful to their causes when
the Bulls got doped.
To pick and choose his own spot.
McDaniels is one of those guys who can make an all-defense team this year.
Yeah. This is a good move. Federal way.
Pike at 9-5. Seattle. Brother plays from Toronto. Henderson diagonals into the corner to Simons. Tees it up over McDaniels, rimming off it into the hands of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Blazers did not make a lot of threes in that first half. Here, a foul with it. But only 5 made threes in the first half. Minnesota only 6.
And we've got ourselves a winner. Our play has terminated.
Need it more than the Timberwolves do.
Foul on Ayton is his 4th. Edwards out on top to Towns. Jitterbugs into the paint. To the glass. He'll lay it in.
Not much more Tumani could have done on that play. He had to tag on the roll. He got out. He gave the appropriate closeout that took away the 3-point shot. He slid with Towns. Towns' strength and ability to sidestep one out at the end. Scoot Henderson with the bucket, and then almost a steal, Kev. He almost got the steal the length of the floor.
Conley, though, is so quick.